Hello and welcome everybody to another edition of Hubitat Live. My name is Pete Borchers. Happy as always to be your host here of this thrilling show. Good to have you guys watching. Got a big Thanksgiving coming up, and I know a lot of you saw the teaser out there. We've got some exciting news to break. We'll get to that in a minute, but first I want to bring in Mike and Brian, who join us for the show as always. And what the hell? Who are you guys? We got other people here today.
I really thought that you screwed it up, Pete. I'm thinking, oh crap, here we go.
No, we got some special guests. Let's go around the room here and introduce ourselves. First, I said I'm Pete. I live in Bloomington, Minnesota, and I am our head of marketing here at Hubitat. So, who else we got today? Start with you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike Maxwell, principal engineer, been here since almost the very beginning, and I live in Pahrump, Nevada, which is like an hour from Las Vegas.
All right, Ramon. There's a new face.
I'm Ramon. I'm from Mexico. I live in Mexicali, Baja California. I'm software developer. I'm in charge of the mobile apps, and I do some of the web UI too.
All right, thank you. And Victor?
I'm Victor Irvinson from Austin in New York. Have you ever heard of Sing Sing Prison? Well, they let us out sometimes. Anyway, so I've been with Hubitat for a couple of years. I work on the core hub code, and I also, I write code. I don't really do anything else, and I can't really do anything else. So there it is.
All right, Brian, good to have you back.
Hey, I'm Brian. I'm from Scott, Louisiana, and I do primarily Z-Wave, LifeX, Bond, and other integrations and other stuff I can't talk about. So, there we go.
Nice. Excellent. And then we have our little leprechaun friend up in the corner. Bobby, what are you doing up there?
I'm Bobby. I live in the community. I'm coming from Richmond, Virginia. I overseeing the day-to-day operations of support services, as everybody probably knows by now.
And you're not actually that small compared to the hub.
No,
That's
I'm
just...
not. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Go sit on the hub. Go sit on the hub for us. He's not gonna do. He's not. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gone. Well, Bobby, there he is. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, in true leprechaun style, he's disappearing.
Yes, indeed. So, awesome to have you guys on for the first time. For those watching at home, we're gonna be doing try to do a bigger Q&A session here at the end. So we want to bring a few more of people that actually know what they're talking about besides me onto the show to maybe help out with that at the end. But I think we're gonna have a good time here tonight because yeah. Oh, by the way, put your questions, leave some questions in the comments, and we'll try to get to some of those tonight in our QA. So, but let's break a little bit of news. First of all, this is not new. As you know, our sale started today, our holiday sale, Hub for the Holiday Sale, $89.95 for a brand new Hubitat Elevation Hub. That's our lowest price ever on the C7. So jump on that. Sale goes through November 30th. And we really think it's a great offer, and they're not going to last at that price forever. So jump on that sale. But that is not all. We also have coming out. This has not happened yet, but we have the brand new release. What is it? Version 2.3.4 coming out in the next couple days. It's imminent, and of course we have new devices coming out with that and other things. But the big news with that, if I can play my little preview here.
Hello, I'm Siri, and I'm happy to announce that I can now integrate with the Hubitat Elevation platform.
That's right. We are now going to be integrating with Apple HomeKit. I'm personally excited about this. I'm an Apple guy myself. Brian, big Apple guy himself.
I'm all about HomeKit right now. So
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's why I wanted Victor to come on the show. Victor is been the man behind the scenes here. He's put it all together. So, Victor, tell us a little bit about our Apple HomeKit integration.
Well, there's a handful of reasons why I implemented it. Right, first is Siri compatibility. For a lot of people, home automation means just bossing around a digital assistant. So my wife, she has her Apple Watch on pretty much all the time. Being able to tell her watch to turn light on or off while she's walking out of the door, that's kind of big. Yeah, we can all thank her for bringing HomeKit integration to Hubitat. Yay.
Yay! Yay, Victor's wife.
Second, HomeKit has both local and cloud integration. So if I'm at home, the commands that go from phone run fast because all the processing happens locally, unlike, say, other assist. Not at home, Home app or Siri can talk to Apple TV sitting in the living room through Apple Cloud, and the Apple TV can in turn talk to the hub. We can leverage the big company's infrastructure and integration for our own benefit here. Third, and that's kind of a big one, our hub can serve as a bridge between Apple's ecosystem and many Zigbee and Z-Wave devices out there. HomeKit doesn't natively support them out of the box, but our hub does. Well, as engineers, we can argue about which protocol is better and why, but everybody else, like my wife, just wants things to work, preferably in a familiar environment and with a minimal learning curve. Well, we got our automations, but again, significant others can also now have direct control over most of the things while being in comfort of their own Apple ecosystem. And yeah, if they want it, that is. I think that goes a long way towards accepting and adopting our sometimes weird hobby.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm very excited about it. Brian, I know you're pumped about it.
So I am. I actually completely got rid of Alexa in my home. I've totally replaced Alexa with HomePods. Hey Siri is spoken around my house now, and it's great. It's fast. It's super fast. It's local. It's amazing.
So just so you guys know, I'm not an Apple fan. I'm not an Apple fanboy, but now that it's possible that Alexa is actually going to take a freaking dump and eventually be deprecated, that doesn't leave too many choices, and certainly for me, Google Home is not one of them. So I'm looking forward to you sending that HomePod to me, Pete, so that I can play around with it.
I know. I'm not looking forward to sending it to you because I have it now, and now I want to keep it. But yeah, we'll get that. We'll be bringing that to CES, getting that set up. But
no, it has to come to me before CES.
I know.
Pete.
Next week.
Jesus.
Jeepers.
Next week, you're gonna leave me any time to do the integration, and yeah.
No.
Mike, just break down and get yourself an Apple TV. It looks pretty.
No. I'm Android TV with NVIDIA Shields. That isn't going to change. Sorry.
So, question.
Hey, Pete. Did we tell people we're going to be at CES? Have we ever even said that?
Yeah, we did that the last
did
show.
We?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I wasn't paying attention.
No, you never do. It's fine. It's fine. We do have a question. Will HomeKit will HomeKit be available on all hubs or just the C7 hub?
All hubs. That's there is no particular limitation why it should be only on the latest generation.
But given the fact that we're having a monster sale right now, you might as well pick up a C7 to replace that C3 that you've got in your basement.
Mike, come sit in my chair. You're the marketing guy now. That's beautiful. That was beautiful. I love that. But yeah, it works with all hubs, but C7 obviously a better hub if you wanna go that route. Now we are not we're working on getting the certification, right, Victor?
Yeah, what we're gonna have going right now is an extended public beta. So when you add a hub as an accessory in Home app, you're gonna get a warning saying this accessory is not HomeKit certified. And if you played around with other integrations, you may have seen it already. So we're going through the Apple process to get it certified so we could get the badge and the sticker and say the thing about compatibility that we're legally not allowed to say yet. It's a work in progress, but what's out there right now, our integration is functional and we feel comfortable offering it to public to play with and to give us some hopefully constructive feedback.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that just because when you do set it up, you're going to get that warning, and we are meeting all the criterias for the integration, and we're just in that process of making it official. But yeah, don't worry when you see that warning. It's just a technicality. But yeah, it's very, very exciting news. I personally have been using it. Like I said, my wife also, or like Victor's wife, my wife is starting to learn it. And then, Mike's going to take my hub away, and I've got to get a new one because she's like, what's going on? What's going on with my Siri?
You don't actually have to have Apple TV or HomePod, but it works better with having one around.
True. Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
I have a HomePod in every room now, so...
So he's all in. Yeah,
it will work better. If you want it as an excuse, by all means, get a HomePod. Yeah,
it does work if you have a dedicated iPad. One of the newer versions, you can use that as a hub. But I have noticed that's slower than having an iPod or a HomePod, if you will. It's slower, and it doesn't always have communicate the status of all the devices. It kind of has to reload, which you don't get that when you're using the HomePod.
So aren't some of the older Apple TVs less expensive than the HomePod? And I mean, granted, they don't have a speaker in them, but I would think that would be probably a better option as opposed to just getting a HomePod. But what do I know?
Yeah, it doesn't work with all generations of Apple TV. I don't remember what generation. I know my Apple TV, it doesn't. You can't use that as a hub, so I don't remember where that ends.
Mine, I got it was under $100, so and it works. Can't be that bad.
Yeah, sounds like a good option to me.
Yeah, so we had another question about Alexa. And yeah, we support Alexa. We have a native skill for Alexa right now. My crack about Alexa was because Amazon seems to be dropping a lot of employees in that division. So I can't imagine that they would actually kill off Alexa, but they could. But right now, it's completely supported.
Well, maybe other employees are just going to work hardcore now, so they don't need as many of them.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to mention here as far as 234 goes? I know we've got some new devices, like I mentioned. I forget the exact devices we got. We got some Jasco and Brighton switches and dimmers, and a new ring glass break sensor, and
ring glass break.
Oh, why don't you throw it through a window and give us a demonstration?
Well, I don't. Yeah, right.
Not so much. Not so much. So awesome. All right. Well, yeah. Again, HomeKit is available now with us. It'll be available with the new hubs that you purchased. It's available with your old hubs once you get the update, and that'll be coming out here in a couple of days. So, yeah, let's move on here, guys, to our next topic, which is a popular topic. We didn't do it last time, and I feel bad, but Mike is back with his product of the week. All right, when he gets off his chair, he's heading over there. He's going to tell us about this exciting new product. Yeah, it's off. I got you guys. Don't worry about it. I got it. Oh, it's not the stream. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Thanks, guys.
Am I there, Pete?
You're there.
Is it good? Is it all happy?
You know, okay. I'm not going to do a show without a technical mistake. Come on, that would be.
This is from Sinope, and this thing is not even going to try to print. It's like an MC 3100 ZB, which right in $50 or something.
Yeah, it's on sale around.
You know, a little plastic cover on it, and this thing is like a Swiss Army knife. So if you can see this, it's got up at the top there. It's got two digitally controlled relay outputs. Underneath that, it has one voltage sensor input, which triggers like a contact sensor in the driver, with either anywhere from 12 to 24 volts AC or DC. input number 2 is a dry contact input, like you could connect a sensor, and capabilities to connect an external temperature sensor, which is, this is one I use for my pool controller, just a standard 10K sensor. You wire that up to that, and then you get a separate temperature reading. And it's got 3 forms of power. You can run it off of anything from 12 to 24 volts AC or DC. So this thing is like, if you're trying to come up with some way, and it's got a humidity sensor in it too. I forgot to tell you about that. So this thing kind of does it all. So if you were trying to, the first thing that I could think of that you could use this for would be either building a whole house attic fan, where you need both the internal and external temperature sensors to actually do that right. But this thing is pretty cool, and for $60, it's a Zigbee device, and it's made by Sinope, and I'm a fan of their products, just because they tend to be, they're really nicely made. They're very stable, and they're a little bit more than what you'd find on Alibaba or whatever, but there's a reason for that. So anyway, highly recommend this if you are looking for a device that's got all that stuff wrapped up into one. And like I said, the driver for this guy is going to be in 234. So then I'm going to give you a little preview of these guys. And I've been trying to get these guys for a while, and these showed up. Is that how you say that? Showed up? They showed up, bro.
Yeah,
they showed up in a. Okay, they showed up in a Sunricher catalog that a community member forwarded to me, and basically what they are is DC powered. So these don't take batteries. And they're microwave, and they've got at least, each one of them has got 15 different levels of sensitivity. So this is the ceiling mount one, and I think this is like close to a 3-inch hole. They've got this one, which you could mount an electrical, this nice little ring on it, so you can tighten it up. And that one's really cool because it's the stuff for more industrial exterior related use. It's a little bit bigger than the others, but this one's, ruggedized and weatherproofed. So all 3 of these are going to end up using the same driver, and that the driver for the other cool feature about these things, also have a built-in, you see this 0 to 10 volt output. So they are capable of directly controlling a fixture that is controlled by a 0 to 10 volt output. So in the driver, this thing will actually show up as a motion. It's going to be a combination device. It'll be a motion detector and a dimmer. Now, this also, believe it or not, has got a lux sensor in it. So internally, it basically adjusts the dimmer level based on the lux reading and or motion. So this thing is like crazy cool. We're the wife and I are building a new addition, not a new addition, really a new building on our house. And I'm going to use both of these throughout that property because it's being, but I'm also going to replace all the ones in our house with this. So in the next month or so, I'm going to be ordering like 50 of these at least. So if anybody in the community is interested and wants to hop on that order, if you guys want to DM me in the community, and we can talk about those. So that's what I got. New stuff.
Well, that's awesome. I especially like the wired occupancy sensor. I think that's very cool. And I think there's going to be people that would want something like that, especially if you're looking to worry about changing batteries out. It's going to last for forever, and it's very affordable from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I forgot to tell you, it's Zigbee based, and it's very quick. And I'm telling you that the ceiling sensor I put in my office when I was playing around with it, and I was actually able to, at the highest sensitivity setting, I was actually able to trip the thing by being about a degree or two actually behind the sensor. So, and I was like, maybe 10 feet away from it or something. So these things are like ridiculously sensitive, but they don't go through walls or anything like that. So, sometimes people are concerned that these things will be able to pick up motion through a wall. And I haven't tested it. Supposedly they'll go through glass, but I haven't.
And my sensors think
no.
I wanted something that
sensitive. I know you wanted. I know you want a device that can tell you when you're just pushing out a lot of hot air, Pete, but this one isn't it.
That's what you know it. So, well, awesome. That's stream is not doing well. Blame Xfinity.
So hang on. We just had a question come in. I'm not going to read them off. These guys make their most ridiculous. Just DM me and me in the community, and we'll talk about them.
We'll put the.
Okay, I don't. It's Sun Richer doesn't. That Sun Richer is the company, and they don't really sell retail. So I'm not even sure. I don't think that I don't have a link on. I mean, they literally started for samples from these things for almost a year now. So I'm pretty sure I have, some of the first batches that they rolled out for these things. So I don't know any place to get them other than direct from them.
Or steal them from Mike's house after he installs them.
Well, I guess I'm going to buy some. So
HomeKit question come in.
Yeah.
Asking if they need to buy a mini HomePod. You can use it as HomePod bridges. You can use it without it, but you're not going to get any kind of cloud backup features with that if you don't have an official HomeKit hub in place.
So also, when you just open the Home app, it's going to take a few seconds to refresh, update. I forgot whatever wording is. I haven't seen it since I got that Apple TV, but you also don't get the whole immediate sort of response. It will take a few seconds to get its act together. So that may affect WAF.
That's probably not the word I would have used to get it together, but
all right. So so that's our product of the week. I'll do a little bump drop. All right. So for the last segment of our show, we're gonna just answer, do questions, ask me almost anything is what we're calling it here. So we've got kind of solicited questions before the show on our YouTube and Facebook pages, and we've got questions you guys have put up on the stream. I'll answer the first question. What's wrong with the stream? Again, let's blame Xfinity for that. Everything says it's coming through well, but I see it's not. I see it's choppy, and I apologize for that. So hopefully you've stuck with us. It looks like it's behaving better now over the last few minutes. So thank you for sticking with us if you are still on. So let's get to some of your actual questions. Bobby has compiled a list of questions. I'll be helping out with some questions as well. So Bobby, hit us up with the first AMAA question. Bobby, you're muted.
A great question came from Facebook. What do you tell your child when they want to set up an automation to catch Santa? I like to hear everybody what they would have to say.
All right. Well, my answer would be to that. If they want to set up an automation to catch Santa, what you do is you hook up your old cloud-based hub with a bunch of sensors on your cloud-based hub, right? And then you say, okay, we're going to catch Santa with these sensors in our cloud-based hub, and then it doesn't work. And then you say, hey, kids, that's a lesson to always use local automation. And then you don't give up the ghost either.
Or they'll get the notification after he's long gone and eaten all the cookies.
Right.
That's the more likely possibility.
Santa's here at like 8 a.m., right? Like, what? I missed it. Any other comment? Victor, what do you think? No idea. All right. I got a question. All right. So that's our Santa question. I got a question here. Can we use security cameras and get a live feed with Hubitat? So I know there's some technical ways to get around that with dashboard.
I'd prefer not to. It's a sort of bandwidth heavy feed that's going to affect pretty much everything. I mean, if there is a native integration for the camera, let the camera talk to the phone through Wi-Fi and not have any intermediaries. And we got one or more intermediaries, and that's going to There will be delays. There will be dropped frames. It's just, doing things because you can for no good reason. So.
Okay. Mike, you're muted. I thought you were trying to talk.
No.
Okay. I thought you were trying to comment in that. So okay. So yeah, it's just problems as we are seeing with the stream right now. So Bobby, do you have another question for the crew? You're muted again.
A lot of questions were related to seeing more cloud-based integrations. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think everybody knows our stance on that. We're not opposed to it, depending on what they are, and we are looking into some kind of large ones. But I mean, our primary focus is on local integrations. So we're always going to prefer that first. I mean, if there's a large, I mean, to be honest, I mean, we were looking at doing a ring integration, and we're still getting pushed off by those folks. So it's
after having physically talked to them.
Yeah.
And they told us that they would give us what we needed. But
yeah, and it would,
Yeah, so don't forget also, I mean, there's a lot of community drivers or community integrations for our devices, cloud-based devices as well. If you can't find it built in, go on the community, and you might be able to find something there for several popular cloud-based devices as well. So yeah, Sebastian's, he's begging for that ring integration. So hopefully we'll make that happen at some point
we're trying
as well. I know, we're working on it.
Do you have any more useful questions, Bobby?
We've had a lot of questions that have been answered already in community. One such question was, what are we doing about energy monitoring? And I think we covered that a lot in the community. App to aggregate multiple energy reporting.
And to be honest, I mean, if you're really trying to do something like that properly, Hubitat's not the right way to do that, because you can't actually get every device. I mean, yeah, sure, you can, get energy readings from your LED light. Oh yeah, that's gonna really play a big part in your bill next month. But I mean, we don't do stoves, we don't do refrigerators, those high amp appliances, which are the ones that are really gonna, flip your meter. We don't really have, well, it's not us, but there's really no devices to do that. So, I mean, if you're serious about energy monitoring, you need to get yourself a dedicated energy monitoring solution and hook it right to your panel.
Yeah, I think that's I was even just trying to find a energy monitoring outlet. Most of them don't do energy monitoring, even at just the regular 15 amp outlets or whatever. So you gotta pick and choose to find those. So, but it is a good question to try to answer there. So there was a question asked about the World Cup. You guys, World Cup. Who you guys pulling for in the World Cup? Just started 2 days ago. Go USA! Go USA!
Obviously Mexico.
There we go. I just wanted to get Ramon into the action. I saw they tied today, so or they draw. It was a draw. Football, soccer. It's a draw, not a tie, right? They draw. So, all right. Any actual real questions, Bobby, that people are asking about?
Yes, Serena shades are supported by Hubitat. In fact, every shade that runs on either Radio Raw 2 or Caseta or Raw 2 Select, all of them are supported. I've personally owned Serena shades, as well as the hardwired, like super expensive ones for Radio Raw 2. They all work great. Just as an FYI, supposedly we're going to be supporting the Hunter Douglas line of wireless shades here shortly too. I'm waiting for some samples from those guys.
Nice. So, all right. Well, we've hit about our 30 minutes here. So we got one last question here to wrap up the show. And this is for everybody. I want everybody to answer. So, what is on your?
No.
Okay, Brian doesn't have to answer. What is on your wish list this year? Specifically, what is on your technology home automation wish list for the holidays this year? So I'll go first. I wish to have my own Apple HomePod because Mike is stealing mine. So, Kelly, I want a HomePod. So that's my wish. What do you got, guys?
Hey, Pete, I'll trade you. You buy me the 100-inch 4K TV, and I'll give you the HomePod back.
I want 100 HomePods. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So that's your what you want, the 100-inch. Where would you put a 100-inch television? That's amazing.
It's going in the theater that I'm building, dude.
Oh, that's right. That's awesome. All right. Well, everybody watching is invited to Mike's theater when he puts his 100-inch television.
Well, certainly anybody that's going to CES next year.
That's right. So don't forget. We'll get our CES announcement here at the end again. Victor, what are you wishing for the holidays this year?
I think I would like, as a core hub developer, I would like a single smart device interoperability protocol that would work with everything on the market, regardless of whether it's wired or wireless. I don't know. I think it would matter to a lot of people in this community.
I think it would. I bet if that.
I think it would matter too.
I think it would. And I bet you guys are smart enough. You'd probably figure out how to make that work if that was a thing. Because so that's all. That's the dream. That's the dream. Ramon, what about you?
Well, after Victor's wish list, I think I'm run out of words. So I will only say that I would like to have a more robust and integrated home automation, because basically right now I only have light bulbs, switches, and outlets. I would love to have some fancy toys like Mike for I don't know, smoke detector, sensor motion, things like that. That would be nice.
Very nice.
Do you need a little kit? You need me to pack up a little kit for you, Ramon?
Is Mike Santa speaking right now?
Little toy kit. I can probably between Brian and I, we can probably boost you some stuff.
that would be awesome.
All right.
You need some stuff? I got plenty of Z-Wave.
He just made a pitch for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Z-Wave stuff. I got a closet full of Z-Wave stuff.
And now my Christmas spirit is up again.
I think you need some Smart Start stuff, right?
That's true. That's for testing. That's for work.
Exactly.
Right.
Get that going.
Last time I had to send you some pictures of some QR codes.
So
yeah.
All right, Bobby, you're the last one here. Bobby, what's on your list?
It's hard to have a wish list with 300 devices, connected devices. But if I were to pick something, it's probably a local processing voice assistant. I think the market is ready for a local processing voice assistant.
All right, very cool. Well, I think that's about our show, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget CES. Oh, Mike, showing off some more toys. How's that on your wish list? You already have it. You're muted, Mike.
I haven't integration yet.
Well, we'll work on that. So, yeah. Anyways, CES. Like I said, last show, we will be at CES. It's in January. First week in January. We're at booth 50148 in the Sands Expo. So check us out there. We'll have a very cool booth, small but mighty booth, as we're calling it. Just like our hub. I invite you guys. This is personal here. If you're in the Shakopee area, I'll be doing a comedy show on December 29th in Shakopee. So come check that out. Should be a lot of fun with some of my friends. So it'll be a lot of fun there. And also, don't forget, we have our hub on sale right now. $89.95, lowest price ever on the C7 hub. So yeah, please look into that. Buy one for yourself, buy one for your family, buy one for your friends. They're going to love it. So with that, I think it's
I like the shameless plug there.
Oh yeah.
That was smooth.
I learned from Mike. Mike showed me the way earlier in the show. So we got to
slide that. I did slide that in there pretty nicely,
right?
right?
You did. I shoehorned it in, not quite Mike-like, but I will learn. So with that, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did, and we will see you on the next show.